Yo, what's up, guys? So I decided on my price for reads, and it's 500 bucks. Okay, just flat 500. And why did I come to that decision? First of all, I asked AI like, what should I charge for what I'm offering, and it said 2,000 to 3,000. Just believe me, okay? You can go in my Twitter down below. I posted it somewhere down there talking about it, and it's for that it's like 2 to 3,000 seems reasonable, but I'm like, no, that's way too high. You know what I mean? That's way too fucking high. But I'm also not gonna read for 100 bucks. No, dude, not reading for $60, like the price Franklin charges, gives his readers. Absolutely not, dude. Nope. Why? Because, and I'll get into everything. $500 to me, it's just a nice round number to where it's not low enough. It's high enough and it's low enough where it just, to me, it hits a sweet spot where anybody who's going to do that is dead fucking serious. That's the main reason why. The 500 bucks doesn't mean shit to me, dude. I buy expensive shit all the fucking time, dude. We just went out last night, 500 bucks. You know what I'm saying? That's not the point. The point, and I know that it's out of reach for some writers, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way I got to do it. You want to read from them for 100 bucks, then go for it. But my reads are going to be, and that's the other thing too. My reads are going to be, I'm going to actually fucking read it twice. Read it through, do my where I got bumped, and then do notes. And I'm still trying to figure that out to a certain degree, but I know I'll figure it out by December 1. December 1, I'm opening it up to, like, go ahead, like, let's go, dude. Because you want to get your shit done before you want your shit ready before. And I know this sounds like a fucking sales pitch, but it really isn't. I mean, it is and it's not. I'm just telling you what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like, you want to get your shit ready for the fucking new season, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, and I did a tweet about that today, where Sherry told me, like, we have this small window. When she's taking my shit out, we have a small window before Sundance. Maybe we can put it in there, but I feel better about it if we wait till after Sundance, because I feel like put your script in there, even if it gets hot real quick. Like it's almost like you want to go like exclusive right then, maybe to like a couple people, maybe like 3, exclusive. If they don't dig it, then you pull it back till after Sundance, and then you go wider, or maybe it sells right then or whatever, someone attaches or whatever. But anyway, so what are my reads going to be? My reads are going to be just very in depth, bro, and I'll say I'm gonna read it and give you notes, and then an hour call. Because if you don't have a call, then what the fuck is the point of the notes? If you can't discuss it. This is why I think getting notes like that is nonsense. I've never worked with a manager or agent or anybody where I don't get to say my reason why I fucking did shit like this. It's a discussion. So, boom, you get the notes. I think this is how it's going to go. I think I'm going to do notes on the big shit, like the big shit I noticed. Give you that. Digest it, bro. Don't start changing shit yet, okay? Because a lot of brand new writers, I'm telling you guys, man, a lot of brand new writers, you send them some notes like that, they'll immediately start changing it. And it's like, no. Don't do that. Digest it, because they panic. I've been there, bro. Writers will panic. If I do that, then I can make it. No, maybe that's not the right way to go. It's just a fucking opinion. It's just pointing out something that bumped me. And see, this is the thing right here too, is I've been in meetings where I give the bad idea. That's what I'm trying to help you avoid. I've been in meetings early on where where they tell me, this isn't working for us. You know, like the that, they do this, that. And I'm like, what about that? And I fucking give, so I give an idea of how to fix it in the fucking meeting, which is wrong. Don't do this. The answer is, that's a great point. That's a great note. Let me digest that. I'll get back to you. They're fine with that. Don't panic in that moment and be like, and just spit out bullshit. And then you're driving home. This is what happens. You're driving home and you're like, I thought of something way better, bro. Way better. But I already told them that's where I'm trying to go with this shit. And I already know they're going to think it's dumb. So shut the fuck up. Okay? I'm trying to help you, my guy. Shut the fuck up. Digest it. Sit on it for a minute. And then when you think of the real solution, then you fucking tell them. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I'll give you notes. We're not talking for fucking a week or 2 weeks or whatever. Longest 2 weeks. You know, maybe we'll talk in a week. Soonest 1 week we can do a call. Longest 2 weeks. Because let's hurry, but not too fast. So you get a moment to digest it and think about it. Like, what are some good ways to fix this? And then you annotate, essentially. Just put stars. This is how I've done it with managers and so forth. You just put stars on your script. We talk, right? And then you do whatever fixes you think will make it better. And then you rewrite that shit and you put the little stars, you know, next to the places you change. And I skim through it at that point because I already read the rest of it, you know. And then I just read the parts that have changed because I already know the script at this point, right? So then I just read the parts that have changed, and maybe I have a few more tweaks on that. And then probably we'll jump on the phone again, and then we're done. So really, I mean, you're getting 3 reads and 2 calls out of it, essentially, which is kind of a lot. You know what I mean? So for me, $500. You're like, these people talk about value. That's a pretty big value, I think. You know, and let me tell you right here, if you can get a read like that deep from someone else for free, do it. Then don't come to me. You know what I mean? I'm just offering this because, you know, I've done 400 and something videos where it's very broad, but I haven't read your script though. You know what I mean? I can tell you this shit until I'm fucking blue in the face, but until I lay eyes on the script, I can't really give you like specific shit. So this is specific shit. I read your shit and give you specific notes on that, you know, on your material, you know, specifically for fucking you. You know what I mean? And like I've said, I've gotten reads like that. And here's the thing. You might not like my notes. You might be, I'm telling you up front, you might be like, oof, I feel like I got kicked in the fucking balls. I gotta be fucking dead honest about my opinion. And from there, you can do whatever you want. And if you're like, no, like, I think my script is perfect as is, then go take it out. But if I have a bunch of notes, let's see what happens. Breaking into the industry is hard as a motherfucker, okay? And let me tell you that shit too. Well, let's have 2 thoughts right now. My best note ever was you need to cut the B story, which was 50 fucking pages. Ugh, what? But I knew, see, that's the part you gotta know too. I knew the second she said that, my trusted circle, I knew the second she said that she was fucking correct. You know, and she said, I dig A story, B story. They just don't go in the same fucking script. Break them apart, now you got 2 movies. You know what I mean? So I knew she was fucking right. And she gave me a free read because I fucking know her, right? And if you can do that, like I said, go do that. You know, if someone's willing to fucking deep dive your shit for free and you trust them and you know they've done shit and this kind of, then go do that, of course. You know, but that's why I'm offering this, is because a lot of writers can't get to people who have experience. So, you know what I mean? Then in that case, the matter of fact is you're gonna have to pay them. You know what I mean? But at least with me, you know who the fuck I am. You know, versus, and I'll get to that body slam video on Voyage Entertainment. We'll get to that, or whatever the fuck it's called. I saw some shit about that. Oh boy, that one's gonna be brutal, probably. But you know, but you know, that's the best note I got. Why? Even though it was the most brutal cut I've ever done, because I did the cut 50 fucking pages, rewrote it, you know, and then I got signed off it. I'll tell you who, Bellevue, Jeff signed me off that. Okay? So it fucking was the right move, even though it stung at first. Of course, dude, someone tells you, I think you need to cut 50 pages, your B story doesn't fucking work. That's gonna fucking sting, but it might be the right move, you know. So there's that, and I got a couple more things to say, then we're the fuck out of here. But yeah, let me go back real quick to the $500 part. That's just to make sure that you're dead fucking serious. Because I'm not gonna read, and you know, I've already been asked that, what's the page limit? The page limit is 120. And even that, I already know you're too fucking long. 120? Imagine if I'll just call it Final Draft because that's what I use. Whatever program you're using, imagine if it capped out at 100. Like that's all, like it will not type anything else out after 100 pages. Can you tell a story in 100 pages if that's the limit? If you had to make a new document and then send 2 documents and be like, this is the end of it? You can pull it off. You can pull off a script in 100 pages. I fucking promise you. Whatever limit someone gives you, you can fit your story into that. Or you're not a good storyteller. You're taking too fucking long to tell your story. And guess what? People will get bored. And what's a bigger fucking problem you have with Hollywood is they will lose money. Hollywood will not bend the rules about us losing money. Absolutely not. Okay? You know, that's just what it is. So when you're so excited, I've talked about this recently with a few writers that their page count is too high, and I told them that straight away. I know here's my thing. Here's why my reads would be good for you, in my opinion, is because you go to someone who's gonna be brutally fucking honest with you before you go out there and fuck yourself. That's why. Because a lot of writers think, I'm ready, man. I'm fucking ready. I guarantee you. And then they go out there and get their ass kicked and get no's across the board, bro. And now that script is dead. But can't I do some changes? Dude, I went to a good friend of mine. I'll tell you who the fuck it is. I went to Kevin Walsh, all right? Go look him up. He was in my writer's circle in the very beginning. I went to him with a script, and he said no. He passed. And I said, one sentence. I said, can you name in one sentence why you passed? Which I normally wouldn't even ask. Because normally the industry is like, don't ask me. I passed, so we're done here. The industry is brutal like that. But I know him, so I asked that question. And this is what exact words back. Character development. 2 words. We're done. This is a guy who I texted when he's at the Oscars up for Best Picture. I said, good luck, brother. Fuck yeah. But when it comes to business, you get 2 words. Even though I fucking know you. And I'm like, great. But I did get, that's a script that I cut 50 pages off, but I still got signed off it. But as far as him getting involved with it, no, he passed. Okay? You got to understand that. The industry is fucking brutal. If you're in some small town, you know, and you're like, oh, they'll just cut me some slack. No, no one will. No one will. Nobody will. So you want to go to someone, if it's not me, choose someone else. You got to get, that's my point here too. You got to get a read from someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about based on experience, because they've already gone out there and been signed a bunch of places and sold shit and this kind of shit and done a bunch of meetings. You got to get reads from someone like that. Whoever the fuck it is, who's going to be fucking brutally honest with you. Why? Because you get that out of the fucking way. You don't want that to be the industry telling you you have a mate, like, it'll just be a ghost. They're not going to tell you why. And then you're like, I'm fucking stuck here. I'm stuck in this service world where they're all telling me I'm amazing and no one's been fucking honest with you yet. Of course they're gonna tell you, you're so close, all this kind of bullshit, man. Because they just want you to keep paying, bro. And I've said that about this. Me reading you should be a one and done. You should learn enough that you don't need any more fucking notes, dude. You get it? You know what I mean? So that's something I'm teaching you is like, you gotta write, you gotta cut your shit down. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna read 121 pages because that's already too long, dude. You know what I'm saying? You're 160, bro. Maybe it's a fucking TV show then. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna read it. If I'm not gonna read it, if you're paying me $500, listen, why should I read 170 pages for $500? Absolutely not, dude. No fucking way. If I'm not gonna do that, they're not gonna do that. So that should tell you something. You need to cut, bro. But how do I cut? I don't care. You just have to. 120 is my limit to try to teach you something that you cannot. You're 120. You're in Scott Frank zone, dude. You're in fucking Tony Gilroy zone. No one's gonna fucking look at you like that. You're in fucking Chris Nolan world. You're brand new. No one's gonna make that. No one's gonna make that. Where am I at? No one's gonna make that accommodation for you. Nobody, bro. And remember that Chris Nolan, Sherry tried to sign Chris Nolan off of. He had done The Following, and she was trying to sign him off the Memento script, and that went into CAA committee. Okay, and they said no. Why? It's too confusing. So they said no. But then after Memento was made and it was a big hit, then they were like, yeah, of course we love Chris Nolan. Let's sign this guy. I don't know how he got that made, but you know what I mean? That's just how it goes. So what else? I feel like I have two more things on this. Let me think for 1 second. So, that's another thing. These places, and that's going to go into my Body Slam video of Voyage Entertainment or whatever the fuck, guaranteeing that you'll sell something. No one can guarantee you that. Nobody. Dude, I was married to an agent for 20 years. Agent. Sound like I said Asian. Agent for 20 fucking years. And I asked her that question. I asked her when I was brand new and green. I don't know a fucking thing about this shit. Not about writing. I knew about modeling. I knew about music, this kind of shit. I don't know, I'm paying attention to it, right? I'm already giving notes and shit like this, but when it comes to my shit, I asked her, once I started writing, I said, what do you think the odds are that I'm gonna fucking sell this? What was her answer? As an agent who had already made one of the biggest deals in the world, Devil Wears Prada. She already had that under her belt, plus a whole bunch of other shit. But she already had a fucking massive hit under her belt. And that's the difference, bro. When you hear these managers and these agents talk about this shit, it's a huge difference between I sold something to I have a worldwide, global fucking hit. Everybody fucking knows this. That's a big difference, dude. Worldwide hit versus I sold something, totally different. The people who call you and invite you to shit or whatever, your pay range, all that kind of shit, the people you can get to now because you have hits under your belt, that's all changes once you get a hit. That all fucking changes. Okay? It's a massive thing in the industry. That's what everybody's fucking striving for, is to have some hits. And Sherry had several. Okay? But I asked her, what do you think the odds are that I'll sell this? And here's her exact words to me. Never ask me that. Never ask me that question ever again. Because I don't fucking know. It depends on whichever way the wind fucking blows, dude. Your agents or me or whatever, When we take it out, we're trying to sell it. But can I guarantee it's gonna sell? Absolutely fucking not. And I learned that on fucking Gone Girl. That's the biggest lesson I learned that day, is this might not fucking sell. Maybe not. #1 book in the world for 97 fucking weeks. Might not sell. We're not getting any calls, dude. Anybody who tells you, I can guarantee you this is gonna sell, is a fucking liar. This is why I say, I'm going into the other video, but this is why I say, I'll debate these motherfuckers and chop them down and use shit like that. Did you sell Gone Girl, motherfucker? Did you co-sell it, bitch? Were you there? Do you know how this shit works? No, you weren't. You've never done anything like that. So you don't know how fucking close it is to not selling at all. Or your choice is you sell it for way less than it's fucking worth. That could have been easy. That would be an easy deal to make. Let me sell it. I can take a Ferrari out today and sell it for 100 grand. Just stand on the street, Ferrari, 100 grand. I'll sell it. Or Bugatti or whatever. I'll sell it for 100 grand today. But will I get what the price is worth? Bugatti's like 3.5 million. What if I want 3.6 million for it? It's a special edition in some way. That becomes much harder, okay? Jason, you're really intense about this shit. Yeah, dude, because this might be your only fucking shot on that script, dude. That's part of my point. So I recommend you take it fucking seriously, bro. And I recommend that when you go out there, you understand there's fucking killers who are trying to take your money from you. You know, if I go do a meeting, for example, or anybody like me, we're not like this in the meeting, but we're killers in our mind. You see what I'm saying? We're polite. Hey, how's it going? How's your weekend? All this kind of shit. But I'm in kill mode, bro. You know, and so are they. So you got to understand that, man. And anything else? You know, I'm trying to give with this. I'm trying to give like and that's the other thing too is like even when you get your script in order, you still got to know how to move through the industry, man. You could have a badass script that does nothing because you're not moving right. You know, that's the other shit I want to talk to you about. You know, one-on-one about your script and how you move that through the fucking industry. How you know. It's like Confederacy of Dunces. He wrote it, badass book, right? Put it under his bed. He didn't know what to fucking do. It took his mother to take it out and get something going with it. So just because you have a badass script, that doesn't mean you're fucking done. Now you got to present it right. And that's one of the biggest ways writers fuck up. Let's say you have a badass script. There's a couple ways writers fuck up. One of the biggest ways writers fuck up is when they're pitching, they go straight into fucking plot. Almost every time, dude. I've done 500 calls plus at this point. I don't even know at this point. 600, 700, I don't even fucking know. It's a lot. Pitching is, they'll just go right into plot. As if and I've had to stop people, you might be this person, where I stopped you, I said, stop talking. What are you doing right now? Do you get it? And they're like, what? Like, I'm like, you're just telling me the plot, dude, as if you're just reading me the script. That's not what I asked you. I asked you to pitch it to me. You get it? Well, I thought I was pitching it. Like I'm telling you exactly. Like the guy walks over to the car and like, no, you're regurgitating the fucking. I don't got time for that. Set me up. This is a story of revenge. Okay, now I know where the fuck we're going. Break it out into one more sentence. Now break that into a paragraph. Now I know your whole fucking story. Now anything after that, I don't get lost. You see what I'm saying? 90+% of writers do it the opposite. They'll jump into plot and they think you're so engaged and you're not. You're lost. And then they'll do the same shit on their query and they're wondering, why the fuck is my shit not landing? Why can't I get anybody to fucking respond to me? Because you wrote a fucking novel in your query, and the query should be like 2 sentences, dude. Like bap, 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 boop, I'm out. But then they won't know. Dude. Yes, you don't want them to know everything. That's why they'll read it. You know? Let me rephrase that, because I've already said, in my opinion, give away the fucking ending. Give it away. Too many writers on their query are like, oh, it's a secret, then cool, then I don't need to read it. If you're not going to tell me what the fuck it is, like, imagine, it's like that. Hey, by the sidebar, I want you to invest in this company. And you're like, cool, what is it? Okay, let's talk money. Cool, what is it? You're like, it's going to be a fucking hit, like it's going to be a big game changer fucking, company. Cool, what is it? What do they do? You're like, I can't tell you. It's a secret. That's a fucking pass. It's a fucking pass, dude. Number one thing you should do in your query is tell them how it fucking ends. But then they won't fucking read it. Yeah, they will. Or at least tease it out better. You know what I mean? You always got to look at everything as this is your one fucking chance, dude. That's the number one thing writers don't understand. I'll shut up because I'm going 30 minutes. The number one thing writers don't understand is you get one shot at these people, and that's it. And I already told you, like with a friend of mine, that he gave me one chance, and that's it. Can I rewrite it and send it back to him? No. It's a no. So that's it. So we're done there. Like, I could send him other shit, but with that script, we're dead. I think I have some more thoughts on this, but I'll save that. But anyway, so that's I'm fired up. I'm fired up to read because I know at that price point, it's out of range for some people, which is, I know it sounds like a dick thing to say, but which is good, because it's like, if you're gonna put that $500 together, I'm telling you, like, then you're more serious about it. I know that sounds like them saying that, but I'm saying it in a different way. I'm saying, just for me, it shows me that you're serious. Because I don't want to read something from someone who's like, I don't care what kind of time I cost this guy. I don't care if I'm at 170 pages. Hey, will you read me like for free 170 pages? That just tells me they don't respect my fucking time, because I can make more than that. I don't need to fucking read you for $500. I'm actually, even for $500, 2 reads, then we do notes, then we do a call, then we look back at your notes again, look back at what you changed, then we do another call. I'm not making, like, I'm losing money. You see what I'm saying? Do all that math. Do it yourself. How much am I making? It's not about that. But it's a price point high enough that you're going to take it fucking seriously. So when I tell you, you need to cut your shit down, if you're over 120, I'm not fucking reading it. And I'm telling you up front, go get your circle of trust reads first, and these people may not have ever stepped foot in the industry, whatever. Get those reads first, then fucking send it to me. Don't burn your, don't be like no one's read it and then you send it to me and blow your $500. Because I'm, like, honestly, I might be like, it's not even close to ready, dude. You don't want that note back. You want the note that you just need some fucking tweaks, bro. And that's the other thing I was gonna say. A lot of writers think, I'll end with this. A lot of writers think, I'm already at 30 minutes. A lot of writers think, I got my circle of trust reads, They all said it's fucking, and I fucked with them, and they're all signed, like my circle of trust. They're all signed. They know what the fuck they're talking about. We did all the tweaks. Everybody agrees it's fucking solid right now. We're done. And then you go to your manager, and your manager's like, nope, no, we're not. Let me point out this, that, this, that, this, that. And you're like, ah, shit, I didn't fucking see that. That's true. You know, if you're honest with yourself, yeah, I guess I have more work to do. Just understand you're gonna have, and then boom, then your manager's good, cool. Yeah, we did all like the shit I'm talking about that we're gonna do if you happen to do this. Then you go to your agent. Your agent's like, no. You thought it was ready. It's not. I have some more thoughts about this, that. You do those notes. Now the agent's like, big shot agent, right? CAA, WME. We're ready to go out. Boom. You go to producer. No. Producer's like, no. Especially if they used to be a writer. You know what I mean? Some of them have, like DeLuca. Hit the brakes. No, let me give you fucking 6 pages of notes now. I don't care what your manager or your agent said that they thought was perfect. I don't think it's perfect. I'm not taking this to the studio like this. It needs work, okay? Then you're like, cool, then we fix that. Then, all right, cool. Now we're going to the studio. The studio's like, yeah, not quite. Not quite. We have a bunch of notes here. Or you're dealing with the showrunners, come on. No. We have notes. The network, we have notes too. You'll see through the whole process. See, this is why you want someone to read your shit at the beginning, so at least you have a fucking chance to go through all that. When you're just writing it on your own and you're like, my mom said it's good. Your mom doesn't know shit about the industry, dude. Okay? Sorry. My brother read it. Like, what does he do? Like, you know what I mean? You want someone to brutalize your script. That's paid or not. You want someone to be super fucking hard on it. Who knows what the fuck good is? Because they've already what? They've already fucking proved that in the industry that I know what fucking good is. I'm not talking me. I'm saying whom the fuck ever you get a read from. They've already proven that they've landed with people and have proven that these people liked it. These people attached, this kind of shit. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's way different than you know, you got some fucking, am I beating this into the ground? Good, because this could kill your script. Why is it so important? Because it could kill your fucking chance with that script. That your dream script that you've been working on for 3 fucking years, which is too fucking long. First of all, you know, you got to get to the point where you can bang out a script like this in fucking 12 weeks, not 3 years. The industry's brutal, my guy. Understand that. It's a fucking battle, and it's brutal. And these, all your heroes that you're looking up to, they've probably already, you know, started where you're at, then got to the point where they had to deliver in 12 weeks, and then they became huge, and now they're willing to wait for them. No, fuck that. You know, if you're looking at A-list writers like that, A-list writers, yeah, sure. They can tell them, fuck you, wait for me. And they will, because they know why. Because they know they'll make the money. So you gotta wait to make money. But we're gonna fucking make money. Okay? That's all they give a fuck about. That's the only reason they'll wait for them. Is because they know they've already made like, you know, $1 billion in box office. So let's just wait. I had to tell the fucking head of Fox that. You need to calm down, bro. Ask him. Chill out, bro. The script will come. Not my script, someone else's script. Why were they, you know, why were they willing to wait? Because they know there's money there. But they got like excited, you know, like, I want to see it. Okay, but you can't go at the writer like that where they need time to write it though, my guy. Like, I could go off into notes and shit like this. I mean, sorry, into outlining and shit. I'll end right here, but I'll save that for a different video. Because to me, my best scripts, I have not outlined them. And People think like you gotta outline it, and no, you don't. Like my opinion is this: if I'm outlining it, what does it matter? I gotta start creating somewhere. So why not just go to the fucking page? What I do believe in is looking at your fucking beat sheet first, doing a beat. I do a beat sheet no matter if I don't outline. I'll still do a beat sheet. And one thing I do, tip, maybe this will help you. One thing I do is I do page count on the beat sheet. I might have like whatever, like 50 beats in there, and I have my main big beats, and I'll write that on for me, just so I'll write those beats bigger, like bigger fonts, like literally, so I know those are the big beats, right? And I have a bunch of beats between that, but I'll do the page count on for that beat. It'll take me, I think, 2 pages. This one's a bigger scene. That's probably like 6 pages. And I'll do the whole thing and then do the math at the bottom, so I know what my page count is gonna be at the end before I fucking write it. And I'm always within 1 or 2 pages of that. For me, that helps me, because I already have it broken out like that, where I know, like, if I look at the beat sheet and I'm like, I allotted 2 pages for this. I'm going into 3. I need to cut this back right now. So then it doesn't sting so bad. I got one more thing to say. Then it doesn't sting so bad if I cut it right on the page, because now it's already gone. And the other thing too is, as far as people saying, like, what I would say is look at cuts like this. In my opinion, look at it like, just fool yourself. Okay, so you can get through this thing. Because people get so emotional. I'm so precious with all my shit. Fool yourself. Just be like, I'll cut that and I'll save it for later, for when a studio is interested in making it, and then I'll bring it up there. You got to get signed first so it can go out. And then once you get the studio involved, then you start talking about other shit. You know what I mean? This is a read-only script. Which is why it doesn't matter if you slug your, if you bold your slug lines, all this kind of bullshit. No one cares, dude. This is a read script right now. This is why this argument on Twitter is nonsense. You're just trying to get someone to fucking read you, my guy. You're just trying to get signed. Like, let's go to step 1 first of all. A lot of writers write thinking of, so I wrote it and I'm selling it. No, dude. There's a lot of shit between that. Okay, like, I'm done talking, but there's a tip about how you can, if you don't do if you don't do outlines, of how you can break your beat sheet out and know what your page count is gonna be at the end. Then you get there, you're like, yeah, of course, I already fucking beat that out, so I know exactly what my fucking page count's gonna be. Maybe I'm on page over or under, whatever, but I'm right there because I keep looking back at my list, and I know if I'm going over or I'm going under or whatever. You always try to go under if you can. Shorter the fucking better, bro. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm done with that. But anyway, to wrap this whole thing up, yeah. So that's what I'm presenting is it's $500. It's not $499.99 slash value. I'm not fucking cutting the price, and that's what it comes with. And you'll know when we talk. You'll know when we talk that, because we're gonna go through page by page, and I'll tell you, turn to page, probably page 1. Here's my first note. And then we'll, jump through like pages and shit. I'll be like, turn to page 19, where right there, the third narrative right there where he says, this, that. How can we compress that? You got like 6 lines. It could be 2. So how do we compress that? Or maybe big scenes. How do we compress that whole scene? This scene feels really long, dude. It's 10 pages. Let's get it down to 4. This is how you're chopping your script down from 170 pages to 100. You gotta cut, dude. And here's the thing. Put all that shit, do the amateur thing. Put all that shit in a separate file. But I cut that whole scene out. You don't need this whole scene right here. You don't need it. It doesn't push the story forward at all. It's cool. It is really cool. But you don't fucking need it. So yank it, bro. Oh, but I love that scene. Who cares? Chop it, put it in your little file, and then watch how you never fucking use that scene anywhere. I guarantee you there's a lot of writers who have like I have one of scenes that I chopped. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say too. I have a file of scenes that I fucking chopped, and I'm like, one day, I've never found a place where that scene fits again. Because it's meant for that story, so it doesn't fucking work. I've never fucking used anything in that file. But I just throw shit in there just because it makes me feel good. What's the other thing I was going to say? Let me say this before I fucking end. That's the other thing is when you're cutting. Oh shit! I fucking lost it. Because that's mostly what you're gonna have to do is cut shit, compress shit. And see, that's the thing there too is like. There's little tricks you can use to compress shit to make it like they think they know what the page count or they think one page equals 60 seconds, like 1 minute on screen. Not necessarily. Tony Gilroy, bro, or whomever, I've seen this in multiple scripts. I think it's done less now, but it used to be a fight scene happens here. That could be 5 minutes, dude. You just said it in one sentence. That's 5 minutes shooting, but they read it like, okay. Like, the page count doesn't match the fucking screen time. There's little tricks you can do to, like, get around some of that shit, and if they figured out later that, that will take a long time to shoot, actually, when we fucking think about it, cool, that's not my problem at this point. You know what I mean? Just look at cutting like I'm getting closer to having this be on screen, dude, by cutting. Anyway, I'll stop there. There's one more thing I wanted to say, but I fucking forget it. Yeah, whatever. Just look at you. The thing is, you want to go through the pain now. You don't want to go through. You don't want to go through the embarrassment, which I've done before, of going out with the script when it's it's not ready yet, man. It's very embarrassing, dude. Okay, I'll tell you who. Like, I sent a script to Erwin Stoff too fucking early. And the pass was literally, the call was 30 seconds. And I hung up the phone and I was devastated, bro. You do not want to put yourself in that position where you have a 800-pound gorilla producer just telling you, it's I can't do anything with this. Unfortunately, I can't. But if you have something else, like not writing, see, you didn't write me off as a writer. You just, that script, no. That's a no. But, if you have new stuff, go ahead and feel free to like send that. But that's crushing, bro. When they're the person who asked you to write it and you fucking don't deliver, it's so embarrassing. So get that shit out of the way now. I'm out, guys. Good luck. Vet your shit first, dude. I don't care who the fuck it's with. Someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about. That's my main point. And get that shit ready to go out by no later than February 9th. Get your shit ready to go out for the new fucking year, dude. How many years are we on the planet Earth? So this is your new year to fucking get out there. And I promise you this, when everybody gets back from the break, everybody's fired up. Okay? I think this is one of the best times to go out is in the beginning of the year because everybody's not, right now you go out, listen, let me tell, well, last points. I've been in November before, and I finished, and Sherry's like two or three times, and I finished, and Sherry's like, we'll just wait. It's November, like you missed the season. For spec features, you missed the season, so we're just gonna hold off till next year because everybody right now is just everybody's like fuck this whole industry right now. And they're just trying to wrap shit up. Let me finish that deal. Let me wrap shit up so I can get the fuck out of here, go to Spain or wherever the fuck they're going. And then they get their time off and say they don't answer their emails. I'm out of office, but they'll still check their phone and be like, is there anything important going on? Every fucking morning. As soon as they wake up, boop, let me see, anything important? No. Okay, cool. I'm not answering nobody. But they look at their phone, I promise you, dude. I've been through so many fucking Christmases where, yeah, Sherry, first thing in the morning, can't help it. Wakes up, look at the phone, and just doesn't answer unless it's something super big. Then, okay, boop, excuse me. Yeah, let's try to fucking, Then when they come back from the vacation, now they're like, ooh, like I went to the spa, I got massaged out fucking every day. Whatever the fuck. Now they're like in kill mode. Let's get back to this bullshit industry, man. Let's do it. That's why it's good to go out early in the fucking year, I think. If you're close to getting your script ready, hurry the fuck up. Get that shit ready, bro. Peace. Good luck. Kill it. Make this your fucking year, dude. If it's not going to be you, it's going to be someone else. So why shouldn't it be you? Okay? Peace, guys.